Hello, party people. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today is a great day. Palantir, $250 million contract over the course of 3 days. This contract literally came out of nowhere. Nobody expected this. That's like $83 million per year. The contract is for Army Command. And this is specifically for R&D, research and development, specifically for artificial intelligence and machine learning. What an absolutely massive deal. And I'm going to unpack this and go into it a little bit more. But before I do, can we please just love and appreciate all of the hair that I'm actually growing? Is it not beautiful? I went from balding to absolutely luscious. Yes. In any case, let's keep going. Why is this important? This is important for many different reasons. Number one, Palantir's research and development is being funded by the United States Department of Defense, similarly to the way Palantir was funded in the early days from In-Q-Tel, which is the financing arm of the CIA, officially, unofficially. And they basically fund U.S. companies that are good for the United States military. From this funding came something called Palantir Gotham, or PG, as Alex Karp says all the time. This Palantir Gotham, PG, then ended up being PF, Palantir Foundry. So they take military-grade software, military-grade products, military-grade platform, and then they give it to the public. This is exactly what's going to happen right now. Mark my words, this is a 3-year contract. This is a fixed price contract, so that means we are actually getting the $250 million. It's not upon awarded if we complete something. We're getting the $250 million over the next 3 years, which is crazy. $83.3 million a year. Mark my words, in 2 to 3 years, we're going to come out with a brand new product, and it's going to be based on the research that we're currently doing for the United States DoD. Now think about this. Last quarter, Palantir was just north of 500 million. Well, 520, 530 million. For the first half, we made 1.1 billion. For the whole year, I think we're on track to make like 2.2 billion. Guys, if this is a $250 million contract and you divide it by 3 years, that comes out to $83 million. If you take $83 million of $2 billion, this is absolutely freaking astronomical. This is like 4% of our bottom line. So we just made a contract that's going to contribute 4% to our bottom line. And if we happen to get the 600 million NHS contract, and you take the 600 million and you divide it by 5, that comes out to another 120 million or so per year. So if you take the 120 plus the 80, you're talking about right around north of 200 million, which is literally 10% of our total revenue for the year over the next 3 years. You get what I'm trying to say? It's absolutely massive numbers. This contract alone is more than the total revenue that C3 AI makes. Think about that. Let that sink in. And this came out of nowhere. The most important thing is the United States government on software spends less than $2 billion, less than the revenue of Palantir. So over 10% of that revenue that they spend, of the money that they spend, is going to Palantir. And this is not the only contract to, by the way, I'm in the parking lot of Lowe's and somebody keeps ringing their freaking alarm and it's like some shit car. I don't understand it. They're like, blah, 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 blah. They're literally freaking doing it right now and it's driving me crazy. Maybe they're doing it more because I'm turning around. Or maybe it's that stock jabber, clown, schmuck, moron who said that Palantir is an AI imposter. But meanwhile, they're getting a $250 million contract specifically for AI. But anyways, so this is why it's very important. Because from this contract, not to mention that it's 4% of the total revenue, it's going to actually make a brand new product that we're going to be able to bring to the civilian or commercial space. It's absolutely massive. Also, this coincides and goes hand in hand with Mariana's Bank of America report, which I started reading last night on the live, where they said that the demand for artificial intelligence platform by Palantir is unprecedented, and that literally colonels from the Air Force said that they would go to bat if funding was taken away for Palantir Gotham. Guys, this is just the culmination. This is literally just the beginning. I am more bullish about Palantir than I have ever been in my entire life. And if we get this NHS contract, which should be announced tomorrow, if we get it, I'm not saying we will. I hope we will. I believe we will, but that's not a guarantee. Then I have never been as bullish for Palantir in terms of capabilities and price ever. Because think about it. By the way, everybody was also asking, Adam, why didn't the price jump after hours? Why wasn't the price up in the morning? Why is the price only up right now, which is around 5.5% up? And the reason why is the Palantir community is absolutely 100% the best. By the way, RC Deep Value is the one that found this first, as far as I understand, so shout out to him. But we find information before the mainstream media finds it. Only today, when the publication, an article, an official press release came out today, did the price of Palantir shoot up. Meanwhile, the Palantir community has already found this last night. I was a schmuck. I did not buy after hours, and I did not buy this morning. I should have. I didn't pull the trigger because I want to see what's going to happen with the NHS contract. But I always said that $14, $15, $16 is fair market value for Palantir, the price. I am beginning to say $14, $15, $16 is no longer fair market price. And I am beginning to say that $15, $16, $17, $18 is fair market price for Palantir, specifically because we got this contract and what it means, and especially if we're going to get the NHS contract and what that means. And then there's a bunch of other partnerships that are currently rumored and being spoken about. Also, the CIA is talking about making a AI platform to rival China. Where do you think that AI platform to rival China is going to come from? Who do you think is going to make it? Palantir. Now, it's very important to understand Palantir itself is not an LLM. It's not a large language model. That's why a lot of people, when Alex Karp talks about cockroach.com, or Alex Karp talks about, we're not going to write you beautiful poetry, that's what he's talking about. He says an LLM, like a ChatGPT, like a Bard, are fantastic at assisting and helping you. But the key here, the goal, the value is taking data from this level and making it this level. Being able to actually use the data, specifically your proprietary data, specifically for your military, specific for your government, specific for your applications, specifically for your commercial businesses. People look at me like I'm absolutely crazy as I'm doing this, and they're driving the cars out. And being able to utilize that data to make you so much better. Not just being able to tell a story, not just being able to write poems, but actually use the data and make it valuable. And that's exactly where Palantir is coming from with Palantir AIP and a wide array of other platforms. Not to mention Apollo. Apollo is kind of a dark horse in Palantir that not too many people are talking about, not too many people know about. Palantir's Apollo is currently being used by Oracle. Palantir Apollo is currently being used by Lockheed Martin. Yes, Lockheed Martin, the largest DoD prime. And Anduril just said that they might be using Palantir Apollo for their new offering. Right now, the DoD is going to spend a shit ton more money for artificial intelligence. They're going to see that bang for your buck software is going to get you more than hardware. It's not that we don't need hardware. We have the hardware. We have the best hardware, and we have the best personnel. But we need the software to keep increasing our capabilities. There's going to be a shit ton of spending for software. Now, I've been saying this for over a year. A lot of people are focusing on commercial. Nobody's focusing on government. To this, I'm going to say commercial is super important, and definitely we need to drive commercial growth. But government growth is where commercial growth is going to come from and stem from. If you guys understood what I'm saying. Why? We will keep doing research and development. We will keep making applications. We will keep getting funding by the government to do research and development for the government. Then take that research and development that we were paid to do at near zero cost to us and implement it to a commercial offering, to a civilian offering, so on and so forth. Guys, I'm not even lying to you. I would not be shocked if in 3 or 4 years from now, Palantir is going to come out with their own ChatGPT for civilian use. I would not be shocked. Like, actually make an LLM for civilian use. Mark my words. So right now, just to be clear, I am super bullish on Palantir, and I am raising my base case scenario for Palantir, especially if we get this NHS contract. It is no longer $13, $14, $15 is fair market value. It is now going to be $15, $16, $17, $18 range is fair market value. I am super close to buying more Palantir shares. Now, let me just make this very clear. I own a shit ton, shit with a capital S, capital T for ton, shares of Palantir. If I didn't, I would be buying like crazy. But right now, I have a lot. And I'm trying to be as solid and as smart and a very, what's the word that I'm looking for? A very, anyways, a very good investor, and I'm trying to go by what I said. Now, I bought Palantir at a very cheap price, and I kept buying, brought my average all the way down. I started at like 18 and just bought so much more shares. However, I have a lot of cash secured puts, and I have more money a lot for cash secured puts. After that happens, if Palantir gets the NHS contract and the price does not pop, and the price is still going to be right around that $15 range, I probably will be buying more Palantir shares. I will add at least another 1,000 shares, in my opinion. We'll see what's going to happen, or I might make a big cash secured put bet on Palantir to collect premium and buy the shares of Palantir. But for now, Palantir is becoming my best bang for your buck. Like, I made a video the other day that PayPal was a good bang for your buck. SoFi is a good bang for your buck because they suffered so much. Like PayPal 52-week low, SoFi at $8.50, or I'm sorry, SoFi at like $7.40 right now. SoFi should be a $10 stock. PayPal should be a $100 stock. Palantir should be an $18, $19 stock. The revenue will follow. The revenue is still at 13%, but the revenue will follow. All you got to do is read the writing on the wall. All you got to do is see what's happening around us, and you could tell Palantir is the truth. Palantir is the future, and don't sleep on Palantir FedStart. Lord Grimm actually told me that we have 120 companies on Palantir FedStart program, which I only knew about 3 of them. He told me we have over 120. I think 126. It's absolutely remarkable. Guys, mark my words. Screenshot this. Laugh at me. Say all you want. Palantir is going to be larger than Apple in the future. It's inevitable. We are literally just starting, and you could see how everything's changing by the analysts. You could see how everything's changing in the news, how much credit Palantir is starting to get. And make no mistake about it, Palantir was the only company that was under 100 billion within this huge company of multi-$100 billion companies, trillion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar companies, talking about AI, where the flying F was cockroach.com, Snowflakes, Datadog, Databricks, so on and so forth, C3 AI. Nowhere to be seen. As Palantir, Dr. Alex Karp says, you guys all full of shit. You guys talk the talk, nobody walks the walk. Where you at? Where you at? Guys, I'm super excited. This is just the beginning about Palantir. Screenshot this. Make fun of me all you want. I'll see you guys the same way that I'm seeing Chris Patel. 1 year later, I'm about to win this massive $2,000 bet against his Snowflake. And many YouTubers were scared to make this bet. Nobody wanted to make the bet. Palantir is just getting started. Once we start getting that 20%, 25%, 30% revenue, Palantir is going to shoot the F up because they're going to get the premium for AI, and then the revenues are going to justify that push. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. Everybody admire my hair. It's super sexy. I know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's been a long time since I had to get a haircut because my hair is so luscious. Have a great day.